Good morning. Today is Sunday, April 26th, and we have a birthday. Today is Jenia, or Jenna, Jenia. Is that Jenia? I'm going to say it Jenia. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But Jenia Taylor, today's her 18th birthday. She can vote this year. She's legal. Well, in some states. Not all states. In Michigan is 20. I think it's all over is 21. Used to be 18 was legal, but I don't know. Anyway, she says, I don't care. It's still my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenia. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I am so sorry if I said your name wrong. I messed that up. I know I did. Well, Jim and I don't walk on Sundays. I never walk on Sundays because I usually go to Mass. I am very fortunate that my parish has a YouTube channel, so I was able to attend services this morning, and I get a lot out of it. I tried to get Jim to come. I said, Jim, I can't make this any easier for you. You don't even have to get out of your chair. You can eat your breakfast while we watch it on TV. That's a sign. Sometimes you just got to look for signs. And to me, that's a sign. That's a sign telling me that Jim's, no matter how hard I try, doesn't mean I'm going to stop, because I'm going to continue every Sunday. And then even afterwards, see if he'll want to go with me to the actual building. But there's always hope. There's always hope. But anyway, it got me going to the services on TV. It just got me to reflect on a lot of things. You know, like, I think we take so many things for granted. I just, you know, like in ordinary times, because this is, trust me, not ordinary times. This is extraordinary times, if you ask me. But in ordinary times, I just took it for granted that I would get up on Sunday mornings and go to Mass. I just took it for granted that I was going to receive communion on Sundays. And I know that you can do it yourself at home, but I do attend the services on Sunday because I get so much out of it. But, you know, there's so many things in life that we just take for granted that now is just a reminder of, and hopefully we won't forget, but you know what, we're human, and we're going to forget. You know, when all this is said and done, we're going to kind of slowly ease back to our old, in a way, selfish ways, taking things for granted, taking for granted seeing your family close up, going to the grocery store, going to the store, going to the parks, shaking hands with somebody, giving somebody a hug. All these things we took for granted. We just assumed that it was going to be with us every day of our lives, and it's just not happening anymore. And, you know, it's just, sometimes you think, you know, so what do I have to live for then? I have nothing to be grateful for. But there's so many things that we can be grateful for. Be grateful for that you have, like I have, a comfortable home that I'm confined to, let's say. Like I'm house arrest, as they say. But what are the homeless people doing? Think about them. What are the homeless doing? You know, they have to be around other people. I mean, they don't have the luxury of being in a comfortable home. I'm thankful that I have a freezer and a refrigerator and a pantry full of food. You watch on the news and you can see the people that are like in long, long lines trying to get food just to feed their families. And I know there's a lot of sickness and death going around. And, you know, I'm thankful that my family, although a few members of my family have tested positive for the virus, but they're on their way to recovery. So I'm thankful for that, because all the statistics show how many people have died. They don't really show you how many people survive, because there are more people that survive than die. But and it's sad that we can't be with people when they've passed. The people have to die alone. But even though they're dying alone without family close, I'm a firm believer in my religion, and I make no apologies for it. I do believe that they have special angels with them, guiding them on their way. Granted, we're human. We want human contact. We want a family member with us. We want to be with a family member. But I really, truly don't believe that they truly die alone. But I don't know this. I don't know this for sure, but it's a belief that I have. And I have so many strong beliefs in my life. And I do believe that when we do lose a family member, now especially, that we can't be with, that they're really truly not alone. I have to have that belief in my heart. I just have to have that belief. But we have to remember that even though these days are difficult, they're kind of monotonous, but we wake up every morning and we're still alive. And we have to be thankful for the fact that we are still alive. And we can't think that these feelings are new to us, because we've always had feelings of despair. We've always had feelings that we wanted to turn to food, whether it was a good time or a bad time. We turn to food all the time. But now we can't. We have to learn not to use food as a substitute for our feelings. If you're really sad and you're feeling despair, and it's just as easy to turn to a Suzy Q or a Twinkie or some Cheetos or pop or chips and dip. You know, it's very easy to turn to that. But in the end, it's not going to help you. I think that what's true of any illness is if you're healthy, your body has more powerful cells inside your body to fight off an infection or something. And I think that if you're letting yourself go by just eating whatever you want to eat and just thinking, you know, like, I'm not going to worry about it, you know, when this is all over, I'll start again. This could go on for a year or two. And can you only imagine how much weight you'll probably gain in a year or two if you have that attitude? So I'm not saying not to have any of the comfort foods, because trust me, I am a firm believer in comfort foods, because I do think that some foods just bring back happy memories, and sometimes you need that happy memory, but you don't need it every single day. You just really don't need it every single day. But try to think of something else to distract you that other than food. If you're really thinking you want to have something fattening, give yourself a time limit and say, you know what, in 10 minutes, if I still am feeling this way, then you know what, then I'm going to have a couple Cheetos. I'm going to count them out. I think you can have, I don't even want to say, but I think it's like 20 Cheetos for 5 points. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but if you take and savor every single Cheeto and you track it, you won't feel as guilty. It'll satisfy, you know, because let's face it, they've proven that just the first couple bites satisfies any craving that you have for that particular food. And if we're thinking that we need to eat more food, try to find something that you need to do something more than just eat. I'm sure that everybody by now has got the cleanest house ever. They've probably done all of their spring cleaning. But now we can get outside and do a little bit of work outside, at least up here in the north and the northeast and the Midwest and all that. Our weather's finally starting to turn that we can get outside and do a little bit more. But, you know, go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Try to organize something in your neighborhood where you're outside. I see commercials now for May 2nd is Oscar Mayer Day or something. They're telling everybody to drag their barbecue pits out in the front and have barbecues, you know, at a safe distance with your neighbors. Like I said, in my subdivision, they haven't been doing it too much lately, but they were doing like fires in the driveway, bringing your fire pit out on the weekends. But you know, it's so easy to give in to sadness. It's just so easy to feel despair and to wallow in it. It just really is easy. But do we really want to live our life like that? If we only thought it was for a week or two, maybe a month, yeah, okay, we could wallow in our sadness. We could really feel bad. We could just like sit home and just give up and just say, I'm done. You know, this is it. I'm done. I don't think this is going to be just a month thing. I really don't. I think it's going to be a year. And think of how sad you feel, that when you're sad, how easy it is to go into a depressed mood. And I'm not talking about people with clinical depression, because that's completely different than feeling sad. When people are clinically depressed, I get so annoyed when they say, oh, snap out of it. Think a happy thought. There's a difference between being just sad and being depressed. And if at this time you're feeling depressed, please, please, please contact a doctor or some medical professional and get the treatment that you need. There is no shame in taking the proper medication for depression, because so many people suffer from depression, and being confined in the house like this is going to agitate that in people that are susceptible to having it in the first place. And I wear glasses because I can't see. I take a potassium pill because I lack a little bit of potassium in my body. I do have problem with gout. So even with this diet, I don't understand that. But it's still, it's hereditary in my family because we have kidney and liver diseases in our family. So it kind of goes hand in hand with that. But you know what? I take medication for it because, you know what? It works for me and it's going to help. And so please, 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 if you're feeling depressed, call somebody. Get the proper medication that you need. But if you're just sad, everybody goes through periods of sadness. You know, like, especially if you've lost a family member or someone's sick, not being able to see your family, that's sad. But not YouTube them, FaceTime them, Zoom them, do drive-by visits. My daughter comes by once or twice a week and we just visit 6 feet away, like sidewalk visits is what we call them. I would be sad. I am sad because my family's not here. I'm used to my family coming every week. And I haven't seen them on a week all together as a group in like 7 or 8 weeks. I'm going through withdrawal. I'm telling you, I'm going through withdrawal. But I know that God has a better plan for me when this is all over. I thought he had a plan for me now. I think he still does. But I think he's got a better plan coming because I think he's making us more aware of what's going on in our lives and that we were kind of taking things for granted. And I don't by any means think that this is a punishment. I know some people think that, you know, like God is punishing us and that. I think it's just the earth is giving us a warning. You know, like when you're little and your mother tells you, don't touch that stove, it's hot. Don't touch that stove, it's hot. Now, your mother doesn't want you to touch that stove because she knows it's hot. But she knows you're going to touch that stove. She just knows it. But she's hoping that she's going to be there to pick up the pieces when you touch the stove and you burn yourself and you're hot and you're crying and you're hurt. I think it's the same thing with this virus. The earth is telling us, you're ignoring me. I'm giving you warnings. I'm giving you all kinds of signs, but you're ignoring me. So we've touched that stove. We've touched it and we've burnt ourselves. And now I believe God, because that's who I believe in, but whoever you believe in, you don't have to go be religious. You don't have to go to a church. I'm sure we all have like a Buddha, an Allah, you know, Muhammad, whoever it is that we believe in. They're taking us into our arms and they're saying, you know, I understand that you had to test it, but you've tested it and now you see. Because just like our mother that would take us and say, I wish you wouldn't have touched that stove. I really wish you wouldn't have touched that stove. She doesn't say, I told you so. Well, maybe she does. But anyway, but she's always there to hug you and hold you and keep you safe. And I just think that at this time, you have to believe in something that's going to keep you safe, that's going to keep you having faith that, you know, this is not the end. It's a new beginning. It really is a new beginning. And it's a new beginning that some of us might not want to take. But we have to remember that when we first started losing weight, that was a new beginning for us. It really was. We thought, what can I do to have a new beginning in my life? How can I change my life so that I can be a better person, a healthier person? How can I do something better that I can live longer? And the answer was lose weight. Lose weight. Eat healthy. Take care of yourself. And the universe is telling us that now. Take care of yourself. Think properly. Accept what's going on and look for that new beginning because that new beginning is coming. Because I truly believe there is always hope. There's always a chance to renew our faith in whatever we believe in. And I just know that I'm not going to wallow in all of this sadness. I am not going to wallow in self-pity. I'm going to be thankful for the things that I have in my life. And I'm going to be thankful that I just know that I've touched the hot stove and I'm now in God's arms and he's taking care of me. And that's all I need in life. That's all I need. So sorry if it was too preachy, but it is Sunday. Hopefully I gave you something to think about. And just know that you are in my thoughts and prayers. I say a nightly rosary that I include everybody in my prayers. And I just I'm just like everybody else, looking forward to that new beginning, because that new beginning is coming. It's right around the corner. Maybe a year away, maybe 2 years away, but it's coming. It really is coming. So thanks for watching.